What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. It is cold, it is windy, and you know what? We are gonna throw some swim baits and some glide baits, specifically ones that we just picked up from Temu over the winter. We haven't had a chance to test them out on the open water yet because open water season has been short-lived for us up here in Michigan. We just got into it. This is probably my 5th trip out. Swim baits, glide baits have just not been it yet. Now today, we're dealing with 59-degree water temps. We're dealing with 18-mile-an-hour winds out on the main lake. I'm in a back pond, little pocket right now. But today could be a great day for glides and swims. And especially if these bass are feeding up, which I think that they are. So going for the slightly upsized baits and just running them nice and slow in this colder water could be the ticket. So that's what we're gonna be testing out today. Got a bunch of these Temu baits right here. So we got the Hammerhead shark bait. We've got these knockoff like S-Waver type glide baits. We actually have the fake raptors. So if you guys aren't familiar with the raptor, these are like 30, 40 bucks. I don't even know what they cost right now. But we did find some knockoff ones people recommended to us over on Temu. So I got the shark, and then I've got the white chartreuse. So we're gonna be testing those out today too. And we've got the tiny knockoff clutch bait. So just a little brush tail glide that we're gonna be testing out. Probably mess around with upgrading some trebles on these things. But here's the deal. We're testing out these super cheap knockoff baits. I'm gonna try and stay objective about it. I know I've struggled with this in the past because I'm like, it's cheap, it's gonna be bad. And you guys have, let me know in the comments. So I'm gonna try and leave that off the table today. We're going to be purely objective, test these things out, looking at the action. Is the action up to snuff? Do they do what they're supposed to do? Obviously, do they catch fish? So hopefully, fingers crossed, yes. We'll catch some fish today. That would be really cool. And I think at the end of the day, we're trying to see if this is worth it for somebody who just wants to test out, dip their toe in the water, as it were, with swim baits and glide baits before stepping up to more expensive models out there. So let's test them out today. Let's see how they hold up. And then we'll give our verdict at the end. Fair enough? Awesome. Let's go. So this is similar to like a clutch swim bait. This is a slow sinking version, which is exactly what I need today. And all I want to do, pitch this over by the tree here. Okay, general action is good. I mean, it's kicking back and forth. It's doing exactly what a glide bait should be doing. Look at this. Let me just run it up. Yeah, glide bait be gliding. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat is the hook position causes this rear treble to lock into this very stiff brush tail. So that's going to cause some issues with your action. Every time this hits that water, the rear treble gets hung up. So I'm going to pull it out. Okay, fix the tail, right? Hit the water, come on back, and it's in the tail again. It's in the tail. I don't know if that really impacts the action too much when that treble gets hung up in there. So maybe a non-issue, just annoying looking. I mean, if it catches a fish, I'll shut my mouth. Okay, it does seem like the rear treble being hung up in there does stall the action a little bit. So it's something just to be aware of. Fishing backwards today because the wind is asinine. I feel like every other brush tail glide bait I've had before has a little bit softer. There we go. Oh, and I'll shut up like I said I would. My gosh, we got a fish on the Temu glide, baby. Let's go. Come here. Yes, I know, I just knocked my key off of the Newport, but hey, we caught a little bassy boy. Look at that. Domed him. Let's go. Let's go. All right. See you, bud. Okay, everything's a mess in my boat right now, but hang on. Whoop. Temu glide number 1 catches fish. I'll make sure that we put a link to the shopping vid and unboxing that we did of these. Again, this is kind of mirroring a clutch swim bait. Now I get it, like clutch swim baits, $100, like $90 to $100, and a person not wanting to spend that kind of money, but wanting to test out glide baits, I totally get that. Like that makes so much sense because you're not sure that you're gonna like it. You're not sure you're gonna figure it out. You got to buy a combo to be able to fish the dang thing, and you don't want to spend $100 on the bait itself. Like this, it just worked. Like it just worked. There's a couple of things that I would just, not that China's gonna listen to me, but I wish were different. Brush tail could be a little bit improved, and the hook position could be improved. That said, it is still functional. If you wanted to test out glide baits, this could be an option. Like I kept saying, it does have good action, and oh my god, you guys hear this freaking wind? It does have good action. It did catch a fish. You got to give points where points are due, baby. See, I'm trying to be objective. All the people are just like, you just hate on everything. Like, no. It catches fish. You're confirmed, correct. You could also probably throw a plank of wood or a Lego in the water with a treble hook on it and catch a fish. But that's beside the point. It's kind of fun to fish with, considering I think this one was like $5. No! And that is what you don't want to do with a $90 glide bait. But what I don't mind happening with my $5 glide bait. And we got it back anyways, so we're all good. Everything is fine and not awful. The funny thing about this bait is we meant to buy like a clutch. We didn't. I do have the KGB. It is not the same size. Clutch came out with like a 5-incher and we were supposed to get it, but it's expensive as hell and it was out of stock. So we never ended up getting it. However, I've used quite a few premium glides, even up to like $300. And while this doesn't perform nearly as good as those do, it does perform well enough where if somebody were to, oh, and I just had a fish. Oh my gosh, he slammed it. It's hard for me to argue with that. And it held up to me slamming it into the side of my boat just now, so that's good. We're gonna get one off this log real quick. Oh, dude! Another one just came up and bit it. What is happening? Just got swiped again. So this, I don't remember what this one is supposed to be. Just generic glide. Kind of an S waiver with mean eyes. Meaner eyes. A little bit more weight to this one, so pretty easy cast. The action is completely unpredictable. Hang on, what? With the reel, it's a little unpredictable. If you just do like a quarter or a half or a full turn, it seems like it just kind of wants to go like one way with the current right now. So let's go. You gotta do like a full turn to get it to move. And there's a fish. Gosh dang it. What are you? Another little bass. Gosh dang. Well, they're eating glides today, baby. Little guys, so little too. Wow. All right, well, it caught. Unpredictable action apparently was the answer. I was like, if you want to get a feel for how glides actually should work, this might not be the better choice. Now, this did come in a 3-pack. The other glide bait we were testing though, way better action than this one. Twitching the rod is the answer for this. For sure. A lot easier just to keep a little more control with it. Neat. We did it. Don't worry. I know you see the hammerhead in here. We're gonna get to it. But first, kind of want to try this red one. Okay, this one is not performing the same as the other one. Sinking a bit faster, and the twitches don't provide as good an action. It's kind of stalling a little bit too. Weird. You know what would be cool is if this wind freaking stopped. So you might get a 3-pack of these, but they also might not perform that well or consistently across the board. That white chartreuse one definitely had better action than this one has. Just something to note. Let me put on the bluegill one. Apparently bluegill is not as popular as white colors today. It's like this one is inconsistent as well. Oh God. Almost threw my rod overboard there. That would have been an issue. This one's like inconsistent on the sink, and that front treble likes to get hung up. This one was pretty effective, so I'm gonna go back to this one. Oh, I had a fish. Dude, that is like the 3rd or 4th one that has hit this bait and I've missed. So one thing that I'll always point out with Temu baits is you want to upgrade your hooks. You got a glide bait for $5, spend another $5 on the hooks. Overall, you'll have a $10 glide bait that performs. Instead of spending, you know, $90 or whatever. So take your savings, apply it to your hooks, thank me later. You won't miss as many fish. That's fish. No, what the friggin' heck, dude? There we go, got him back. Got him back. Came back for it. It's actually a decent fish too. Actually a decent fish. He's gonna kick it. I'm gonna lose lose them. Oh no, I can't get them. Come here. Get in there. Decent fish. Oh. Talk trash, catch fish. What's new? That's how it always goes, man. Decent little guy. Maybe close to a 2-pounder. Definitely better than the first couple of fish we had. I'm gonna tie on the hammerhead. Sorry, trick shad. You're gonna have to wait your turn, I guess. Cuts off. Awesome glide bait. Ties on. Shark. Nah, I don't need this. That's not gonna do it right now. I think a way better chance on my hammerhead shark that apparently, oh, treble is tied up there. All right, everything's gonna be great and we're all gonna be fine. This is a little bit absurd. Look at this thing. You see it? Wobbly action, baby. Who's gonna eat the shark? Okay, it just kind of comes up. What? What? Okay. That I don't love. I want it down. No promises that I can make this thing happen today, but A for effort. Really just gotta let it get down and then slow roll it. Give me that Sharknado 3. Got him. Got him on the shark. You gotta be hecking and tooting and kidding me, dude. You see it right there. The shark has struck. You gotta be kidding me, dude. What the heck? See you, buddy. Like, now's as good a time as any to call this stuff out. So real quick, if you're gonna dive into the Temu world, again, I have no idea what's going on with tariffs right now at the time you're watching this video, so maybe these aren't even worth it anymore. But if they still are super dirt cheap, you know, you can catch fish on just about anything with a hook on it. Let's all be real about that. Some swim baits perform better than others, and when you buy stuff on Temu, they don't all perform the same because they don't have the same quality control that some other companies will have. You know, just something to be aware of. Now, these have held up today. They have caught fish today. I will always recommend that you change your trebles as soon as you get something that's like a cheap knockoff. So, you know, definitely consider that. And yeah, you know, you can catch stuff on a great white colored hammerhead shark for whatever reason. It can be done. But if you really just want to catch something on a swim bait and not spend 90 bucks, you can start there. I will tell you, there is a big difference between these glide baits and some of those fancy glide baits. I don't care what anybody else says. They're full of it. If they say it's no different, it definitely is. And that's okay. Like, that's kind of the point, you know. And yes, $90 to $100 for a glide bait or a swim bait is ridiculous. I fully agree with you. I feel like 30 to 50 bucks is like my peak spend. I'm not spending more than that on these baits. I just don't. I don't want to. So I'm with y'all there. But even then, some of these $30 to $50 glides and swim baits, they just outperform these by a lot. Doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to catch a lot more fish than you would on even just a Temu bait. So not trying to knock anybody who's picking these up consistently and they really like these. That's totally cool. To each their own. Like what you like, fish what you want. As long as you're catching fish and you're happy, then I'm happy for you. Sharky guy or white chartreuse? I got some big faith in the white chartreuse, so I think we start with that one. Now this one, obviously we got to throw on lighter hardware, so we're gonna go BFS here. What's up with all the sharks we had in this video? We had the hammerhead swim bait, and then we got the shark version of the raptor. Okay, so here's the fake raptor. Now this is a knockoff of the Maxed Fishing Lures Raptor, which is a little tiny glide bait. They're actually making some upsized ones now too. And you know, now's also probably a good time to point out in a video like this that I don't advocate for knocking off companies, especially small companies like Max Lures. To me, that is super uncool, and I'm really not a big fan of seeing things like this. Now that said, I totally understand where the other side is coming from, where they want to get into this and not spend $30, $40 on a glide like this. So that said, we're going to test this one out, see if it performs as well as the original Raptor. And I actually have the original Raptor here too, so we can kind of put it head to head. Well, let's take a look. Okay, so we got slow sink capability, and you got to run it super slow. Let me get it down. 2, 3, 4. All right, so like 4 countdown and it's already back up. Okay, so it kind of skims the water. I think you're gonna want to use this one more like in place. Hang on, I know there's bluegill over here. Let me see if I can catch one. Twitching works okay. Not great. Okay, this one keeps wanting to just jump out of the water. Like even if I let it get down. Now if I reel really slow, then I lose the action. So if I reel slow, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. If I reel fast, it just shoots out of the water. I don't know if this one works at all. There's a little bit of action, but it's out of the water again. And then once it comes up, it kind of just skims the water. There's really no action. I am moving painfully slow. Now look at the bait. I got a perch on it. There we go. Oh, no. No, we got him. That's a bluegill now. Okay. Fish catchability? Ken. Oh no. This is maybe the worst case scenario for hook placement on this bluegill, by the way. See ya. Okay, so can catch. I wasn't really doing anything at that point. I'm gonna put on the Max Lures Raptor in a second too, because maybe I'm forgetting how this bait runs, but I am completely unimpressed with how this one runs. And I caught that fish just sitting there. Right now, this is the best action I can do on it. You just twitch like crazy, and it just goes pow, 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 pow. And you just wait. And we're hung up again. Okay. The front treble keeps getting hung up on the line, and then it doesn't really do much when it's in the water. So, before I go to the shark version, I'm gonna throw on the actual Max Lures Raptor here, because I want to see if it does anything different. And it's a little bit smaller. I noticed all the Temu ones were a little bit bigger. None of them really matched the size that we found. Maybe there's one that we missed. Okay, this is totally different. Look, I am reeling at a normal pace and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's staying in there. So this one's a lot more well balanced. I feel like that's kind of what you're paying for. And I can retrieve at whatever pace I want. I can burn it. Look at that. I'm burning it and it's staying down. Definitely noticeable, the difference of what you're getting quality wise. I'm gonna fish this one for a second and then we're gonna try the shark version, because there were like, I don't know, 20 different companies on Temu that we found that were selling this bait. So maybe it's just, you know, 1 or 2 are just trash and the other ones are more acceptable. I don't know. We bought 2 of them. I'll try the other one in a second. Also, front treble not getting hung up on this one. It was pretty consistent. Like every other cast I was getting hung up on the Temu one. Again, doesn't mean it can't catch fish, but when a lure doesn't function properly, it's a problem. Look at that. Got him. Oh, nice fish. Fun fish. I think he inhaled it. He did. Oh my gosh. I gotta get him in before I lose this $40 bait. Should be the pain that you experience with expensive swim baits and glide baits. There we go. Okay, he's gonna try and kill me now. He freaking choked it, y'all. All right, 2. Got him. He's bleeding, so we're gonna get him out right away. All right, well, can't say the Raptor doesn't work. It sure do. Yeah, I would say if we're looking at a performance scale, that Temu one, the white chartreuse one we just tried, compared to the Raptor, it's like a 2 out of 10. It's not nearly the same action or performance at all. It is the same shape, I can give it that much, and it has hooks so it can catch a fish, but it is not the same as this bait. Oh, just had a gilly hit it. I actually tried like chatterbaits, got them, and a couple other baits earlier. There we go. Raptor putting in work. Come on, buddy. Dude, these guys are acting up. These guys are acting up. Acting up today. Look at that. Slammed it. Right now, my feeling, this one is completely different shape-wise from the other Temu one. So maybe it works better. The Temu Shark Raptor. Okay, so this one stays down. All right. So we have a definite difference. This one actually does what it's supposed to do, and it actually looks pretty good. Now we're getting validated. Let's see if we can get caught. It's not the ideal color for the day. So if I catch on this, awesome. I really need like white today, bright colors. are doing a lot better. So this one you can actually burn. Check this out. So it's in the water. Notice that it's not coming out of the water. This one does what it's supposed to do. That white chartreuse one, whatever brand that was from the unboxing, that one don't get. If you're gonna get one, I feel like you gotta get this one. Fake Raptor performance. This one is so much closer than the other one is. Don't pick it based on like the design of it, but whatever brand this was, we showed it on the shopping video. Again, it's linked in the description below, so check that. Make sure you get the right one if you're gonna get one of these. Still probably gonna wanna upgrade the trebles. This one did not look like it had the greatest trebles in the world. It will function for a time though. Also, this one's not getting hung up on the line. So this one actually might do the trick. I think this one gets the approval and we got a fish, a little tiny guy. Look at that. Temu catching bluegills. Oh no! Oh gosh! Splashing the ever-loving heck out of me and spining the heck out of me. Bye! Get out of my ship! Okay, this one does not twitch very well. Yeah, this one doesn't really twitch. And it's hung up. So it's like when you go to twitch this bait, it gets jacked up, whereas the Raptor doesn't. It's really, I don't know if it's hook position or what. It's got to be hook position. Again, I don't recall exactly which brand this is, but you're looking for one that has that little keel guard and then the fins up top. Potentially performs a lot better, a lot closer to the original Raptor. Not identical, but close. Personally, I'll still be sticking with the original myself, but that's just me. Everybody has their choices to make in this world. I've made mine. All right, you guys, that is it. I'm so soggy right now. It's been raining all freaking day. It's cold as heck. My hands are like falling apart, but we had a blast. Got a chance to catch on all those swim baits and glide baits from Temu, including the fake Raptor, the fake clutch, the fake S-Waver, and whatever the heck else there was in there. It just all worked, which was really cool to see. I think the verdict is, pointing out a bunch of things, buy at your own caution. All those stores are different. Quality control is not there. So sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you get a bad one. It is what it is. I understand that it's a lot cheaper and that kind of helps a lot of people out, especially if you're just getting into swim baits, glide baits. You don't want to spend a ton of money on it. I get it. I think it's potentially a good option for you, depending on what goes on with all these tariffs and stuff. And as always, I'd recommend just change out the hardware, get better trebles, split rings, pop them on there, use your savings for that. I'm freaking tired and wet and cold, so I'm gonna be done for the day. It was a lot of fun though, and I hope you guys had fun too. And maybe this was helpful for you. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like. We do a lot more videos just like this here on the channel. Dropping 2 every single week, and we go live every single Wednesday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Love to see you there and talk to you in chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna hop in my truck and see if I can dry off somehow. At this point, I don't think I'll ever be dry, man. It's never gonna happen. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.